the whole popularity of Aliens started off back in like the 1940s. 40s. I'm hoping I didn't butcher that fact. That the fact that a lot ever since then a weather balloon, and ever since then everyone's keep on assuming that an alien crash landed and government trying to hide it up and all that shit. But really, it was actually an air balloon, a weather balloon that was meant to spy on Russians. At least what people are saying. But and then yeah, and people have some take pieces of the artifact, or not artifact, the object that's crash landed there, and it's pretty likely, but who knows? Because it's very unlikely if we're ever gonna see aliens out here. It's very unlikely to in the first place because we've been here for billions of years, and the galaxy out there is nothing compared to all the rest of the aliens. So they probably pass it by like a zoo or like just a park. It's just like, okay, cool, whatever. It's just like it's just like you would think aliens would just instantly lose interest, you know? Like, sure, they'll be interested in us, but I don't. I think probably they won't have any interest, nothing to do with us, considering humans as a whole are kind of destructive. You know, just humans in general. You know, a Bali in there, no Muslims, Indians, everyone, just everyone. We're all kind of destructive. Ain't that right, my boy? Well, speaking of which, let's talk about aliens. Which, of course, I'm not doing like the bye. I'm not doing a good old fashioned Lord Bun style. Nope. Instead, I'm actually gonna make one of my personal top 10 scariest alien movies I've ever watched ever. Because, man, I'm a big fan of aliens. I love aliens so much. I truly adore the mystery behind the aliens. Just like any type of creatures in general that's from outer space, it's fascinating. I don't care. Any type of alien movies or monsters, whatever. I adore the mystery behind these monsters. As long as the design itself are hella interesting. Like this individual right here. Like the Crooked Man. But remember, don't you ever explain any backstory of the creature. Give a little bit of it like Dead Space or The Thing. But don't explain its origins. Because otherwise it just takes the mystery out of it, you know? It just takes the interest. Otherwise you'll be like Ridley Scott's and his Alien prequels. Don't get me wrong, I like its prequels, but I'm very glad they vividly don't really explain anything. And yeah, sure, the movies are kind of a little generic and pretty. They're alright. They're not really the greatest thing I've ever saw. But, however, I'll say this again. When Ridley Scott every time he makes the aliens appearance, they're so good, and I really like them a lot. I love Prometheus, and I love Alien Covenant, and I love the Alien franchise in general, no matter how bad they get. Because, man, Alien Covenant and Prometheus are actually pretty good. I really like them. I don't understand why there's so many people does not like these movies. It's weird. I don't understand it. I could understand Alien Covenant, Alien Resurrection it's pretty bad. I gotta say, it's pretty bad. But I watch it, you know? I enjoy the movie because it's such a really fun movie. It's just like, I shut my brain down, the logic behind it. It's like, hey, it's a pretty cool visuals. The practical effects are there. It looks really good. And I love the newborn creature as well. The newborn is super weird and freaky looking. It especially has like a dolphin sound. It's so creepy. And I really liked it. And again, yeah, they barely have screen time with it. I kind of wish they did do that, though. They focus on that creature in general, and it'd be such a really interesting idea, you know? To have, sure, of course, they have the stupid xenomorphs in it, but still, it'd be a great way to create horror suspense because of the fact that it's a human DNA. I think so much possibilities with it. It'd be kind of like Species, except it won't have sex with you. Just no, please no. I haven't seen Species in general, and I tend not to see it because I don't know. It seems weird. Granted, yeah, okay, H.I. Geiger have some work on that thing, but still, H.I. Geiger is just fucking weird. He's like Stephen King. He's just straight up weird. But yeah, for all that aside, of course, I'm not gonna add I'm not gonna really. There's not a lot of good alien horror movies, especially like there's some hella short ones too, and it's a little disappointing too. There's not really much into the Alien franchise. I'm not talking about the Xenomorph franchise. I'm talking about alien horror movies in general, and it's such a shame that they don't really focus on that. But whatever, because it seems weird. Like I could believe an alien comes out of nowhere and just starts some horrifying shit. Because who knows what's out in your solar system, you know? It's like discovering the deep parts of the water, and then we discover some creatures in there, some unknown monsters that killed all the people under there. I mean, that'd be scary as shit. Because the deep underwater itself is filled with mysteries, and I like the idea with that. But what we got from that was Underwater. Don't get me wrong, it's a really good movie, but it's pretty short and it's pretty rushy when it comes to the movie. I kind of wish they take their time on it, like Alien or VHS 2. Sorry, but you know what I mean. It makes something like that. It'd be such a really cool way to do it. It'd be nice. It'd be cool if you do a found footage, like deep sea, like monster movie type ordeal. I know that's been butchered so many times with the found footage, but you know what? Fuck you guys. I don't care. I like the idea of it. I love the concept of it. The idea of discovering found footage that you thought it's completely deleted, but no. And of course, some movies like that did this before was of course Cannibal Holocaust, which is, they kind of boot up the idea, you know. And then of course, the people who was full on responsible popularizing the idea was of course Blair Witch Project, and it was such a really good movie. I mean, sure, it's kind of boring. I gotta tell you that much. It's pretty boring, but it was pretty good. I love its characters, and I love the mystery behind the witch itself, and I love the third installment of the film, the witch, Blair Witch. That one's actually really entertaining, and I love when they reveal the witch, but not all the way, but make it more mystery. And I love how the way it looks. It looks fucking terrifying. And yeah, I love those kind of movies, and they're just so fun. But all that aside, let's get to it then. So number 10, of course, it's probably just gonna be Fire in the Sky. One, because Fire in the Sky was really good, and yeah, it's based on a true story, but you know, I think we could all agree that all these movies are kind of fake. Yeah, fucking hell yeah. Um, people will say, I bet people are gonna leave comments below. It's like, no, Eddie, you're wrong. I'm gonna throw hands for you the fucking week. I'll destroy you. I'll ruin your family. It's like, okay, whatever. I mean, it's like I don't believe that ghosts are real. I don't believe demons are real. Then otherwise the Bible is real. So that's kind of a hard weight there, is there? I do believe that there is some mystery in the world, that we could all have a piece of it, you know? And I do believe in that. I do believe there's some mystery that we cannot explain. And to some extent, I do believe in it. And yeah, so that's what I think about it. However, Fire in the Sky is based on a true story, whatever. It's about these people who look at the fire in the sky, and they thought it was a fire, but no, it was a flying saucer that kidnapped one of the main characters in the story. And then a few months, or how long it is, after he'd been dropped off, this is where the part we got very terrified. And I could believe that a person like this has been abducted by unknown origins of a UFO. It's scary. You be traumatized. You be fucked in your brain, you know? The idea of it's terrifying. Especially they give you flashbacks of it, and just, oh my god, it is gorgeous. It's so good. It's such a weird. It reminds me so much of Alien, of the 1979 Alien. How you went inside that ship, and it's filled with like this biomechanical stuff all over the ship. You know, this flesh that's all over the ship, and it's all biomechanical and all that stuff, you know, like H.R. Geiger's work. And I love and I love that kind of art style, you know? It's such a cool idea. Like, sure, the aliens are not that really, not very intimidating. Sure, they look really creepy, but they're not really intimidating. The way they do it, the way they conduct experiments on you, is terrifying. So, all aside, that was a pretty good movie. It's alright. I'm not a big fan of the movie in the first place. I kind of get bored of it half the time. The only scenes I really do like is, the one that was in the flashback scenes. Those are really good. I really like that one scene. So, whatever. Okay, number 9 will be... This will be tough. This is a tough one. So, of course, I have to put Dead Space, because Dead Space is actually one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite cartoon movies ever, based on a video game. Granted, it's not the best. It's the story itself is pretty junky, and sure, yeah, it sometimes is bad, but I don't care. It's actually, I really like it. I like how the way it's a prequel of how the Ishimura is, how it got screwed over by the Necromorph invasion, and I love the animation of it, especially the Necromorphs are so good. Granted, I kind of wish they showed more to it. They did show that one Necromorph in the trailer, but I guess it's never gonna happen. So, thank you. So yeah, I think that was a pretty good movie. That was a fun movie. I'm sure it's an action type movie. It's not scary. But if people are going to really create a Dead Space movie, I think go for it. Honestly, use the concept arts animation movie that was like 43 minutes long. You could look it up yourself. It shows like a story thing of what happened on the planet and how the Ishimura got involved, you know? And it'd be such a cool idea to do that. And connected with that movie, with the cartoon movie. That's just my opinion. I mean, that'd be a really cool idea. But anywho, oh wow, I'm tired. Number 8 will be probably. It's tough. Will probably. Oh, that's tough. It'll probably be Predator, because oh boy, because the Predator, the series and the franchise itself, they just completely forgotten that like it's a horror action movie, and the Predator himself is fucking terrifying. The fact that it literally killed like all these badass soldiers, these big old muscular dudes, and they all fucking died, and they're all dying, they're all shooken like, and they're shitting themselves in fear, and then that's like a great way to show that like even the most badass characters can be easily like being shit in fear. And I love that movie. The first one was really good, of how the way they show the Predator, how he just completely annihilate these soldiers like they're nothing, and it's super cool. And especially I love the practical effects in Predator, and the characters are pretty good. And the reason why I put the lowest list because it's the type of movie that didn't really frighten me as much, more that it entertained me enough, and it's really good. As a horror film, not really. It doesn't really work for me. But but as a but as an action movie, okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Hey, that was pretty good. Uh, Because if people don't believe me that I'm not like I don't like Predator. I do. I really do like Predator. Hell, I collect all the movies. I collect all the action figures. You kidding me? I collect all the NECA figures. I'm a big fan of Predator. Yes, I'm even a big fan of Alien vs Predator. I love Alien vs Predator. A fun movie. Especially Alien vs Predator Requiem. Sure, you rarely see shit, but that was entertaining. I really love the film. It's such a really good film. Sure, the characters are dumb as shit, but hey, as long as they use practical effects, I'm happy for it. You know, I like how the way the movie is. So, oh well. Oh. So number 7 will be. This is tough. This is really tough. I'm gonna put VHS 2. The last one where it shows the alien scene. That one's actually really scary. The fact that these great aliens could be here, can be just here, right now. They could be here. They could be there. They're everywhere. You know, they could be underwater. They could be everywhere, and it's super crazy. Especially they mimic police sirens and noises and stuff, like a train noise, and it's just super fucking terrifying. And you should check out VGS and pretty much VGS 1 and VGS 2. Don't watch VGS Viral. That movie was shit. I watched it myself. That was the worst. That wasn't worth. It isn't worth your time. Trust me, it isn't worth your time. That movie was bad. But those two movies are worth your time. Check it out. They're very good. The reason why I put the in the middle of the list because I really want to see more to them. You know, I really love to see more of these things, these creatures, that they're like super fucking terrifying. You know, and of course wait, did I say number 7? Fuck. Okay, number 6. There we go. Sorry. Get my brain's all we're little dumb as bricks. But yeah, number 6 will be yeah, the chilies. The fuck was it? Well, basically it would be Dark Skies. I think Dark Skies was a really good movie. Sure, the characters are not very good, and yeah, the story kind of gets a little pretentious. And yeah, I really like the film. I think it was a really good film at this time. Granted, I would love to see a sequel of it. In the abduction, when the little kid having the induction during the abduction, I think that'd be such a fun movie to see that, where he's in the ship, because we don't really know what the ship would look like, because it's in our own imagination. We can do whatever we want, you know? Especially these aliens themselves, they could teleport to anything. And they can give you hallucinations. They can give you all sorts of stuff. And they can control you. And they can do all this crazy stuff, you know? And I love the Greys themselves. They're creepy as hell. Especially they're just a dark figure. We don't really see them all the time. And I like that I have an idea for that. The Greys themselves, you don't really see what they look like. You only see them as a dark figure. And that's super creepy. And I really love this for those movies like that. Where you don't really reveal the creature, like, only in darkness and stuff. And it's just really creepy. It reminds me so much of, like, the sleep paralysis creatures. Where it's just like a pale, or just like a dark figure, like humanoid figure that's just like right in front of you and like kill you and shit. It's just so good. It's really good, and I recommend this movie a lot. And I really like the scene where it shows like this guy who I forgot his name, but he plays a lot of people. Especially the yellow M&M guy, funny as hell. Especially this one line I really like, where he's saying that there's nothing special about us, and then our world is you're hoping a different answer, but there you go. And you thinking in the movies he's thinking that the aliens will come and take our monuments and all that stuff, and but the real invasion had already happened, and they've been here for many years. That's a great freaking line, because like it makes you think, because the aliens have been around here for a long time. The invasion already happened. We just didn't know it, and that's so scary because we're losing and they're winning, and it's so interesting. It's super fascinating, the concept of it. That aliens have been doing all this tormented shit because that's their invasion plan, taking one by one. Doesn't matter. They don't care how long it is because they're patients. They're intelligent. They have, for all we know, they have internal life. Who knows? But all that aside, number 5. So all in all, I think Dark Skies is a pretty good film. Pretty good film in my book. So number 5 will be the Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. I think War of the Worlds was such a great movie, and I think it doesn't, and I think it's not really deserved very much, considering sure, the characters are pretty bad, sure the story is kind of a little sometimes, and how and the people who watched the ending were very disappointed in the ending. I thought it was a good ending. I thought the way of the idea that the oxygen what kills the people, but I don't think I think but the person I watched a video of about like what really killed the Martians was basically their blood type, and just like in the book itself, because that's what they did. They sucked humans' blood, and some humans have diseases, some humans have sickness, and that's what killed all the Martians, and that would make a lot of sense when you think about it. But anywho, I really like the invasion that happened. They lived underground, and it's a super interesting idea for a concept like that aliens have been here for longer than years, and they just wait until we grow and they were just like cattle. They just wait until they hits the slaughter, and it makes a lot of sense. It's a very interesting concept of that, and especially the machines, the tripods themselves are just menacing. Especially they just destroy everything like it's nothing, and turn people like to ashes. I love the concept of it. It reminds me so much of Mars Attack, except a little more terrifying. Except less goofy and more terrifying. Essentially, the scariest part itself is the humans themselves. How they'll go really that far for their own survival, and that's super crazy. It's pretty accurate for humanity that we'll end up killing that person so they could shut up about it. They could shut their mouth and try to be quiet so that way they won't come in. It's like the Nazis. Now I think about it, World is kind of like that when you think about it. It's kind of like World War II. The humans are the Jews, and then the tripods are the Nazis. They're exterminating everything, exterminating all the humans, and we're trying to hide and survive until all this blows over. And yeah, it's just scary when you think about it. But yeah, all aside, pretty good movie. I really like it a lot. So whoever doesn't like it, I can understand it. It's not really the best. But anywho, of course, number 4 would be uh, hmm. I wonder where that dog is. I wonder where that dog is barking. It's probably be The Thing. Hmm. Oh boy, The Thing. One of my favorite movies ever. I love the movie so much, and it's super good. I love it. I don't care. It's such a good film. I like it a lot because The Thing itself is a creature that shapeshifts to anything, and that's terrifying. And it has so much creativity with it. You know, it has so much creativity, and I love it so much that this movie itself is so good, and I really like it a lot. And especially the film itself is so good for cosmic horror. And especially this creature, we still don't know what the creature's the monster's true form. We only know its variations of forms, and when it comes to sound, to look like us, and it's scary. And the idea that all these main characters are all have trust issues and stuff. However, the saddest part is about this movie that this movie had many opportunities to create a very fun series, to create very fun, awesome stuff with it. But unfortunately, it was a complete disaster when it releases the films. Because unfortunately, it was the year of E.T., which, if you don't know, E.T. was one of the most popular films by Steven Spielberg's. So, great. And it's not like I don't really like the movie of E.T. I just kind of wish that the thing itself just deserved the right attention for the audience. It's just so sad. Especially there's so many films like The Thing also been completely destroyed by critics and stuff because of E.T. And it's kind of jarring when you think about it. Especially I look at the reviews, and it's so bizarre that these reviewers are just saying this movie's complete garbage. Huh? How? Oh my god. And don't get me wrong, E.T. was alright. It's not really the best movie I ever saw. It's okay. I don't really like the characters very much. They're not very interesting enough as, whatever. But whatever. The Thing was good. I really like this movie. So, yeah. I don't care about the prequel. I don't care if people doesn't like the prequels. That makes sense. Yeah, I could get the practical effects. That people don't like the practical effects, the characters, the story, whatever. I do like how the way the story ended that way, where it's just like a cliffhanger for the old prequel of the movie, kind of like the Star Wars prequels, which I love the Star Wars prequels, mind you. I don't care how bad they were. I don't care, and all the characters' lines are so bad, and their acting was so bad. To be fair, all the actors, they were following the directions of this director who wrote the lines, so kind of not their fault. So I don't blame the actors. They're just following the rules. I blame the writers and the director. That's all I have to blame. So, anywho, so number 3 will be of course, Annihilation. Annihilation was such a great film for cosmic horror, and of course, if you haven't watched any of these movies, I recommend it a lot because these movies are really good. But however, Annihilation is a really good movie for cosmic horror and a great representing of. Speaking of humans' destruction, the movie itself is a great example of it, where you would completely self-destruction. We cause self-destruction, whether through physical or mentally. Where it's such a great film like that we do what we be best at, self-destruction. And it's a great film like that, and I recommend this film a lot. I love the acting. I love the soundtrack. It's so freaking good. The creatures, very good. I enjoyed it a lot, so I recommend it a lot. Fun movie. So, Anywho, oh man. So number 2. Yeah, number 2. So number 2. So this is tough because number 2, I don't really have anything that's listed really. And I don't really have, it's not like I have a script or anything, because you can obviously see that I don't really script my videos. I tend not to, because I rather speak all my thoughts on it, in general. So, get the idea. And granted, yeah, it's, you can see the length of the video is pretty long, very long video. But, anywho, there's this one VGS movie, I can't remember what it was called. It was like a found footage horror movie, and it was such a good film of his family members were just like traveling, going parkings and stuff. I forgot what the movie's called. I really want to know what this movie was called. But anyways, the characters themselves were pretty fun characters. But then when they encountered one of the aliens in this parking, like a huge missing all these abandoned cars through this tunnel, and then the movie progresses, and the movie's it's pretty crazy. And of course, hey, sorry about that. So anywho, so yeah, that was a really good movie. Now, number 1 is, of course, Alien. I think everyone see that coming in the first place. But yeah, Alien was such a great movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's just really good. I love the movie Alien. The characters, the soundtrack, the costume design, and of course, it's from our boy H.I. Geiger. And it was such a great job that he did. So, yeah. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, I really recommend watching this movie. Sure, it's old, but it would start up the idea of creating a sci-fi horror movie, let alone an alien horror movie. So, yeah. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this movie. Or this video. Sorry. Been really busy and all that stuff. Just working on some stuff. I had the weekend off, so I had the time to get all this stuff done. So yeah. So if you guys really like this, you know what to do. Sorry. Bye bye.